Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I have so many books in front of me, it's ridiculous honestly. So today I'm going to show you the books that I hauled in December, that I got for Christmas, that I bought for myself, that I got from Black Friday sales. So let's see how many books I have. So I have duplicate copies here, but I have 37 books that I'm going to show you now. So we are going to go in chronological order, kind of, and start with the good books that I got from Black Friday. The first one on the stack is The Damned by Renee Ahdieh. This is the sequel to The Beautiful, and this is a vampire story, or it's supposed to be a vampire story. I think they're not featured as much as people would have liked in the story, but it's set in New Orleans, and I'm very excited to start the series. I haven't read the first one yet, but yeah, this was really cheap, so I had to get it. Next up, I'm really excited about these books. I got The Way of Kings Part 1, Words of Radiance Part 1, and Oathbringer Part 2. I really want to get into Brandon Sanderson's books in 2021. I'm not going to start with the Stormlight Archive series because I think you're supposed to start with Mistborn. But yeah, I just saw these books and I had to get them. However, I saw on Amazon that they are going to come up with like hardbacks for the series, so I might do that because these are pretty stiff and I really don't like breaking the spine on my books. But yeah, anyway. Next up I have The Shadow of Kyoshi. This is the second book in the series. And unfortunately I haven't read this one, and neither the first one, even though Avatar is my absolute favorite show of all time. This is a sapphic romance, I believe, so I have no idea what is stopping me, but I guess I want to save this for like a period where I really need something cute, you know? I am really excited to start the series. Next up is The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is also the second book in the Red Scrolls of Magic series. I also haven't read Red Scrolls of Magic because I think you have to read the later books first. I have no idea why, because this is set like during City of Fallen Angels, I believe, but apparently there's like a spoiler for the later books. I'm going to read The Dark Artifices first, I think. Then I have a really beautiful cover. It is The Betrayals by Bridget Collins. I mean, just look at this. It has a spider on the back, and then underneath the dust jacket it's like, oh my god. It's almost as beautiful as the binding, which is also by this author. I started to read the binding like a couple of years ago, but I just wasn't in the mood for it, but I definitely want to get into it. And I think this is like about a midsummer game, and I think it's also set like at a magical school or just an academy. Yeah, so that's honestly all I needed to know, plus the stunning cover to pick it up. Then another beautiful cover is The Sisters Grimm by Minna van Praag. I've been wanting to read this book for years because I'm a big fan of the Grimm's fairy tales. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. This follows, I think, 4 sisters, and they are all born on the same day to different mothers but have the same father. Yeah, and they have to save some lives apparently, so pretty vague, but yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Next book is on my 21 books to read in 2020. I'm so excited about this. It is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I think this follows a girl who deals with depression, and then she goes to this library where she finds these books about her life if she had chosen something different in the past or done something differently. And it's supposed to be really sad but also very hopeful, so I'm very excited to read this eventually in 2021. Then I have 2 books from subscription boxes. The first one is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. This was on my October TBR. I started to read the ebook because I got an e-arc of it, but I don't know, I just couldn't get into it, and then I tried the audiobook. That also didn't really work, so I really want to try this out physically again. But this is, I think, like a feminist witch story set in like the 1800s, so it sounds very promising and I really want to get into it. This was in the Illumicrate box. Next book was in the Fairy Loot box. It is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and this is set in the 1920s in Shanghai and is supposed to be a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. It follows these 2 types of gangs, I think, but I could be wrong about this one. I also got the e-arc for this. obviously didn't read it in time. But yeah, this has gotten so many good reviews, so I'm really excited to get into it as well. Now, these next books I got just because I wanted to. I have the 4th book in the Trials of Apollo series. I have read the first one I think 3 times now, and I always feel like I forgot what happened, even though I know what happened, but it just feels so blurry. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to this 4th one, but yeah. The next books I'm really excited about. I really want to get more into sci-fi, and I've been hearing really good reviews about this one. It is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is actually a series, and I think the 4th book comes out next year. And all I know is that it deals with aliens, and that's it. But this has gotten so many good reviews, so I wanted to try it out. The next series is also sci-fi, and I'm so incredibly excited for it. It is the Red Rising trilogy. I've heard nothing but good reviews about this, so I'm really excited to finally read this in 2021. So I think this is supposed to be like Hunger Games in space. We have these different colors on this planet, I think on Mars. And it's basically like a hierarchy, like if you're a red one, you're like the lowest caste, and if you're gold, you're the highest, I think. But anyway, it sounds super interesting and I can't wait to get into it. Now, these next ones are duplicates. First of all, I got the box set for Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I've actually already read the first 2 ones, and then I'm going to read the 3rd one in January for Joe Sabalong. And I'm sure you've seen these covers, but they're so pretty. Look at them, and the copies are super floppy as well. And I also got the Illumicrate special edition for Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Yeah. To be honest, the only reason I got this box was because it also had a Strange the Dreamer mug, but the whole box was really good. It had a lot of cool items in it. And I have a series that I already own, but I really wanted to get the UK editions, and they aren't printed anymore, the UK editions for the Nevernight trilogy. So I thought I saw them on like a used bookstore website, and I got them in Italian instead. But I mean, they look exactly the same and they have sprayed edges, which like, I mean, that's fine with me because I'm not going to read these anyway. I'm actually currently reading Dark Dawn and I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm really excited that I now have these pretty covers of it. Now again, the subscription boxes for December. For Fairy Loot, we got Master of One by Jada Jones and Denny Bennett. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one because I've heard nothing about this book, and yeah, it just doesn't sound super interesting. 6 Fae Relics, One Darling Thief, The Score of a Lifetime. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it. But then I'm very excited about the Illumicrate books. Actually, we got 2. The first one and the main one is The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Daniel Page. And I've shown this in my anticipated winter releases, but this is about a sorority of witches. So I'm really hyped for this, and it has pink spray edges. I'm really hyped for this one. And then I'm really excited about the next one as well. However, yeah, I think this happened during transport, but they are going to send me a replacement for this. The cover itself is really pretty, you know, with the black sprayed edges. And, you know, I think this is a good book to really read like this. I usually don't read like this because I'm afraid of breaking the spine, or just, you know, to bring to the beach. That would be a nice idea. But yeah, this is like a family mystery. The Story family are the envy of their neighbors. Rich, beautiful, and glamorous, until it all falls apart. The 4 children are suddenly dropped by their mother with a single sentence: "You know what you did." They never hear from her again. Years later, when cousins Aubrey, Millie, and Jonah Story receive a mysterious invitation to spend the summer at their grandmother's resort, they have no choice but to follow their curiosity and meet the woman who's been such an enigma their entire lives. The teenagers are determined to discover the truth, but some secrets are better left alone. So it sounds really interesting, and it's also not too short, so yeah. And the last one before we get into the presents is a Christmas present for me, I guess. I've been hearing so many good reviews about the series. It is the Keeper of the Lost City series. I really want to read the first one in January because it's the middle grade monthly pick. So this is a middle grade series who basically discovers that she has these special powers and she's part of this other world, I guess. And then there's like a lot of mysteries, I think, but it has like a huge fandom, I think, online, so I'm very excited to get to the series. I actually didn't ask for any books for Christmas from my family, so I'm very happy and grateful that you guys sent me something. The first one is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Moore. I don't know. But Ro sent this to me, so thank you so much to Ro, and I'm going to leave everyone who has a channel down below in the description. She actually tried to send me this for my birthday and somehow it just didn't work out, so I'm really happy that it did in the end. So if I remember this correctly, it's like a fantasy sci-fi set in space and also like a mystery, I think. And it's gotten so many good reviews and I'm very hyped for this one, so yeah, thank you so much to Ro. The next one I have here is from Maddie. She got me From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I'm so happy that she got me this book. I'm really hyped to read it. All I know is that it's a fantasy romance, and that's all. But it's gotten so much hype, so I really want to try this out for myself. And this book is actually really heavy, so really good quality. Then Natalie sent me something, and it was Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, and I'm so excited for this one. I really want to try more middle grades, and this has been getting so many good reviews, and I think there's a readathon happening for it, actually, the Wonder Along, I think, hosted by Sabine and Olivia, and yeah, maybe I'm going to read this in January because I'm really excited for this. I think this follows Morgan Crow, and she is actually destined to die on her 11th birthday, but on that day she's actually whisked away by a remarkable man called Juniper North and taken to the secret city of Nevermore, and she has to pass 4 impossible trials. Really excited for this. Then Lay got me the sequel for Nevermore, Wondersmith, and thank you so much. I'm ready to binge the series now. The next one I got was from Monique. It is Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey. Once again, I want to get more into sci-fi. I think there's actually like a series as well for this book. I'm not too sure what it's about, but I don't want to know too much before going into this actually. And hopefully I'm going to watch the show after finishing this book. And Monique actually really recommended this to me, so I'm very excited to read this and watch the show eventually. And the last one that was gifted to me was from Naomi, and she got me Fortuna Sword. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this book. This is supposed to be a really dark fairy fantasy. I have been excited to read this for like months now, so I'm really glad that I have this now. And this one is actually pretty short. This is like under 300 pages, I believe, but the later ones get really big, so I'm really excited to start this series. I'm just so grateful for all of these books. Oh my god. Thank you so much to everyone who got me something. It's incredible, honestly. And yeah, thank you so much for everyone who watched this video, and if you made it to the end, please leave the book stack in the comments so that I know you were here. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye, guys.